Hey, it's Elliot Wilson from Rap Radar, and me and my partner B.Dot Miller. And you know we got the premier website out there, rapradar.com. And now we're about to take over the podcast game. We're gonna sit down with the culture's most important voices, and give you that news and information, that opinion. The only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar. Listen up. Here we go.
Rap Radar Podcast is Brian B.Dot Miller.
Elliot Wilson.
Yo, man.
B.Dot trying to switch it up on me, man. What's going on with that? You gonna leave voice now, man? It's a new style.
Can
right
I
now.
be Diana Ross? You can be Mary Wilson.
Her name is Wilson. All right, go ahead.
There you go. And of course, today's show was sponsored in part by
Rap Chat.
Rap Chat.
Yeah, I met a guy. I was at the suite at the Brooklyn Nets game, and I met a guy who was a buddy to the owner of a Rap Chat, man.
Oh, you met him?
Those guys are making good moves, man. Shout out to Rap Chat. I told them how supportive they've been of the Rap Radar podcast.
Absolutely.
I was explaining to some people in the suite that was watching the game what the Rap Chat app is about, and everybody was excited, man.
That's what's up. You know, I downloaded it. I'm trying to try my hand at rap if this podcast thing doesn't work. So
that's why you're the lead voice today. And we got new mics and shit. It's incredible,
man.
But Rap Chat, tell them about Rap Chat if they don't know.
The Rap Chat, first off, it's free. Okay, let's just get that out the way.
That's your favorite word. It's always been B.Dot's favorite word.
F words always good. 4-letter F words. You can download at the App Store. Not available on Androids yet.
Just yet, but it's coming.
Right, and
but everybody got an iPhone, man. So just get on the iPhone.
Exactly. There's hundreds of dope beats to choose from. Uploaded weekly, so get on it.
Practice your skills, man. They got great beats there that you can choose from, so you can practice your rapping. Whether you're doing it for pleasure or for just for you, a professional rapper who has dreams of being an MC, or just having fun with your friends, man. It's a great tool to use, man. They got some incredible beats up there.
Yep.
Rap Chat, baby. It's a good way to have fun, man.
Yes.
Rap Chat.
So, Elliot, last week's episode.
Yes, sir.
That was a lot of.
You saw somebody saying our banter is kind of weak in the beginning, so
I love the hate, man.
Calligraphers rate our banter sometimes. I feel like you always have good stories, like Jay-Z stories and stuff. We have interesting stories. We live interesting lives.
Some people like it, some people don't. But hey, last week's episode was fun, though, man.
Who was last week? I can't remember. We do so many of these now.
DJ Drama, Little Uzi Vert, and Cannon.
Philadelphia heavy out there, man.
I'm so mad, though.
Oh, we should do a segment. I tell you, we should do a segment called "The One That Got Away," where we go back. We might even call a person and like ask the question that we forgot to ask. It'll be cool, right? Maybe go back, like sort of like a recap, like a post game of a podcast. Because the big one you came away with, we didn't ask Drama was
it was actually Cannon. I was in the car and I was listening to Big Boy's The Big Rams EP. Hey, just thinking about Big Boy.
That Big Rams EP.
Yeah, it's a great record. So I'm in the car, I'm thinking about Outkast, Andre. I'm like, Outkast, Andre. Oh, fuck! I forgot to ask about Artist Storytelling 4.
The last great Outkast record. Produced by Don Cannon on DJ Drama's album.
Exactly. How did I forget that? That was on my list of questions, and I was just upset that
and we didn't ask Drama about the Lil Wayne run of mixtapes. Yeah. And bring that up. So maybe we'll call Don Cannon. We'll ask him about the song, the Outkast song, and then we'll call Drama, ask him about Lil Wayne, and then we'll attach it like to the end of maybe this episode or the next one or something.
Because
we'll do a segment called "The One That Got Away," something like that. That might be cool. What do you think, Calligraphist?
I like it.
He's nodding.
Because once the mics go off, y'all,
right.
I didn't ask this. Oh my god.
Yeah, we always forget something. It's amazing we could have these incredible hour-long plus conversations, but there's always that one thing like, we didn't ask. Well, Beanie was about Jada. We didn't ask about the Jadakiss beef. Like, so yeah, maybe that's the segment we can incorporate, because I feel like everybody experiences that as an interviewer, like, I didn't ask that thing.
I even text Cannon afterwards, and I told him that I forgot it. He's like, it's all good. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. This is important. It's a great record.
Shout out to Lil Uzi, man. And some people was hating on the youngin' because he was talking like, that was the interesting thing. It's like, I try to keep the podcast in the now, right? Mm-hmm. So Uzi, I think, is a young, talented dude, and he's making noise, so it was important to have him here. But then, of course, you have the icons, the legends, the great DJs, Drama and Cannon. You got to get into the history, but I hate those ones where it's like, it's just all straight old school talk, and you can't get into the now. So I thought it was cool that Uzi would chime in. I mean, sometimes he got bored and would be on his phone in the corner, but sometimes he chimed in, and you could tell he was learning stuff while he was here. So I thought that was cool. Like, at times he forced his voice in, but I thought that was cool. That's the exchange you want of, like, the new generation and elder statesmen that understand what's going on.
Because he didn't know too much about the mixtape raid and things like that, so it was cold.
And then when you asked about putting out the mixtapes without not going hand in hand with the mixtape, he's like, hell no. He don't even know what that is, man. SoundCloud links will die, man. He don't know nothing about going hand in hand on Canal Street.
It was a grind, man.
They're crazy. But this guy's been through it all, man. Speaking of history, this guy's perfect because he's got so much stuff going on right now, but his history is just ridiculous.
He's been in it since 92, just like you, Elliot.
That's a word?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, man.
We're talking about
one of the greatest producers of all time.
Listen, there's a Mount Rushmore of producers, okay?
Oh, he's on your Mount Rushmore?
He's on everybody's. He should be.
Ooh,
listen,
I be that.
This is a fact. Calligraphers, you can tell me if I'm lying or not.
I think Calligraphers is Snapchatting us right now. Yo, you saw Calligraphers snuck and got the DJ Driver exclusive and shit?
Yeah, that was good.
There.
Shouts to you,
He's
man.
He's a sneaky guy, man, this guy Calligraphers.
I have a lot of clips, actually.
That was a good clip that you got there.
Rap Radar Podcast bootlegs available soon.
But check this out. Like when it comes to producers, right?
Have we said his name yet? Even though it's on the
It's Timbaland, of course. Timbo the King.
Timbo the King.
So we have the top 5 or top 10 producers of all time, right? The top 5 is... It's always...
Rushmore only gives you 4, though.
It gives you 4, right.
Okay.
Sorry. So the 4 is always the same. It's Dr. Dre.
It's Brian Corson. Welcome back, Brian. That was
Thanks. Congrats on the baby, man. Dr. Dre, Timbaland, Pharrell, Kanye West. Now, number 5 is always subjective, so that's the Mount Rushmore of producers.
So no Premiers, no RZAs.
So when you go to number 5,
Puffies.
Number 5, I might give it to Swiss or Preem. It depends.
Oh wait, so your 4 is Dre, Timbo, Kanye, and who's the 4th?
Pharrell. Neptunes.
Okay,
that's everyone's
How crazy
list.
is it that Pharrell and Timbaland really came up together? Like they was in school together. They was in like a childhood rap group together. Like that's insane.
That's Virginia, man.
That both of them became 2 of the greatest producers of all time. Like
that's insane.
Like the guy you rap with when you're like a kid doesn't become shit. Like,
right.
You know, I remember my homies that rapped when I was 14. These niggas became the niggas. Like it's insane. Like
if they're not on your list is invalid. So that's definite.
But Timbo, you said also. I mean, I've been trying to review Timbo for a while. And I remember during the Justin Timberlake era where he had that album going on. I was like trying to get an interview. He said he would do it. Then he said him and Justin made this pact. They weren't going to talk about the.
I remember that. Yeah.
I was like, this fucking guy. So he's been curving me since like 2013 when he did the Justin album, the Beyonce album, and the Jay-Z album. He did all of that in 1 year. Like that was an amazing run right there.
We've seen Timbaland though, and
we've hung out with him during that era, during the Magna Carta thing. You said you had some stories. I don't know what we can tell. He's single now. I think he got a divorce. He might be able to tell some of these stories. I mean, I don't know where you're going with the stories.
No.
A lot of Douce?
A lot of drunk nights. Try to tell it now. Just save it.
We'll save it, man.
Right,
Come on, of course, man. Because he was rolling heavy with the Rock at that era, so we got to hang out with him a little bit. But again, I've never interviewed him.
Me neither.
You never interviewed him. He only talks to the Breakfast Club, so I'm happy he's here.
He had like 9 fucking conversations.
But now he trusts us, so hopefully he'll show up, man. We got a lot to talk about. He got a new project, the King Stays King,
and he has an
mixtape,
the book, Emperor of Sound.
He's on tour. He's Empire Show. He's the music producer of that. He's got too much going on.
He might be Jamaican.
Pusha T, we gave me Untouchable, one of the best beats of the year. So so much to talk about. Plus the history, Missy Elliott, Justin Timberlake, Nelly Furtado, everything.
This might be a 2-hour episode, man.
All right, man. We'll be back, man. I'm excited. You excited, B-Dye?
Yes.
We'll be right back with Timbaland.
Yeah.
Introducing Play.it, a podcast network like no other. From award-winning news programming and #1 sports brands to entertainment and business leaders, Play.it is delivering storytelling at its best.
We're going to be having conversations with newsmakers and culture shapers.
I will be talking mostly about fashion and how I've been marketing all my life.
Tech, culture, and entrepreneurship.
Everything in the world of sports entertainment and wrestling and beyond.
Hear what you've been missing at Play.it.
Hey, it's Ellie Wilson from Rap Radar. And me and my partner, B.Dot Miller, man. With the only opinion that matters, man, here at Rap Radar.
Yo.
Timbaland. Timbo the King.
What's up? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hi, Brian. I'm sorry.
How you doing? Timbo the King. What's up, baby? That's all you.
Hi, Elliot. Good to see you.
Hey, just see you again.
Good to see you.
I'll get my book. All right, thank you. You got some young guns here?
How you doing?
What's up, man? Elliot. What's up?
How you doing? Peter, good to meet you.
Elliot, man. What's up? Cool.
Make yourself comfortable, Tim.
It's here, Timbo. The King's here, baby.
What is? Oh, this is the pod. The pod.
It's the podcast, man.
Podcast, baby.
It's the future. Everybody be telling me about it.
You want to rock with our headphones, or you can't rock with that?
With you.
Business is booming out here, Timbin.
I see. Play it. I say play it. Okay.
Tim, we King stays king, man. You back out here, man. What's going on?
Man, I just play around with it. You know, music is what I do. Can't nobody beat me in it.
You've been doing it for a long time, man.
Why'd you decide to finally unleash on him, man?
Because I'm not just unleashing music. I'm unleashing innovation. You know, life. Just reinventing, showing people how to reinvent. You know, you take time off and you come back looking like a movie star, like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just got to just take time off and survey the land. And this time when I come back, I want to come back and just control everything, not just rap. Like right now, I'm country. I got that popping. I'm trying to control all aspects of music, but not only that, trying to give, you know, trying to be an innovator of what the next thing is. Yeah. And the next thing to me is it's about sound. That's why I named, you know, the book Emperor Sound. Like
Emperor Sound right now. Get that book.
But why do you feel it was the best time to write the book now? Because you're still like you're writing chapters in your own book.
Because I'm at the prime of my career, and you kind of got to know, you know, God's time is not our time, and you know that's what my mom always instilled in us. And what I notice is the way I think now versus, like, think about it from the time we talk. I'm a totally different person. I evolve in life. You know what I'm saying? I go back and look at all of my mistakes and like what I could have done better, and just try to pray that I get another shot at, you know, at those endeavors again. And I feel like now what I have accomplished is, you know, more, you know, like I say, like everybody, like Jay, Beyonce, everybody, you know, grow and know their destiny at different times. And he knew his destiny at that time. Beyonce knew her destiny at her time. Rihanna. It's like chosen ones. And sometimes, you know, when you like, when people always say, okay, damn, a living legend, I'm like, what is that? So to me, to be a living legend is not only to just do music, it's to give what can Timbaland give to music itself, you know. And first, my story, which I'm doing a movie on it too.
Based off the book?
Kind of like off the book, but just really just about what would the world be if slavery never ended?
Damn.
You know, in the 70s, how would it be? How would music, and me being the innovator of sound, I'm from the South and I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't tell you about the whole stuff, but it's my name is Set, and my partner name is Man. And so V, the girl on the song that's on this one album called Opera Noir, she is from the South. I'm from the North. So it's kind of ill, and it's gonna be like, you know, like what's that movie that just came out? The Reverend, something like that. It's kind of like the evolution of Timbaland, and like what the gift of music, what it really can make you do. Like, music can really make you smile, laugh, cry. You can always say, I remember when I first heard that song.
Right. The power of it.
That's what it, you know, this whole film is really like what people always say about me, man, your beats, or you're this, my sound, but it's just a God-given talent. So
what went on last year that you kind of felt like you got connected back to the sound and feeling good about it? Because a lot of times you'll do things, but you got to feel it's right to really share it with the world, right?
I really feel like, you know, two things. Meeting new artists. I watched this movie Expendables, and I remember Sylvester Stallone had the old crew. It's Terry Crews, all them, and then he's like, yo, I gotta get somebody new. And I just realized, like, you don't evolve by working with the same thing. You have to try different things. And working with new artists such as Tweezy, Blaze, is like giving me a different. When I was 21, when I was doing, you know, music, it was just so free. And me, a lot of stuff that I was doing in the 90s, people might have would have said, oh, that you can't do that. You know, we were so critical. Yeah. So I saved a lot of stuff. So then, like, now, it was like, I play it for them. They'd be like, You like that? I'm like, man, see, man, that's why people back in the day, man, said, I knew it won't wet. You know what I'm saying? So, and I felt like everything lined up in my life was happening at the right moment to tell part of my story. And I'm sure I have another book, depending on how long I'll be on this earth. But I feel like now is the time to do everything to unleash what Timbaland has left on this world as music. And I said to myself, I have a friend named John, and John, what I have on my back is called a Sub Pack, and that's my new name. I call myself SP Timbo. So me and John, like about a year and a half ago, to deaf people, I was like, I want to have deaf people do. Deaf people feel my music, you know, and would see some kids, and I'm just wondering, and it's like this realize how blessed we are. You know, how much music really heals people. Yeah. So we came and said, what if they could feel? And he said, that's it. And John was like, feeling. That's what you are, man. You're feeling. And it's like, and he was like, we need to create something with feeling. Yeah. So we created this thing where like, I said, man, headphones, everybody got headphones. Everybody do that. That's Jimmy. Jimmy was the first. I want to be the first innovative on something that's going to be revolutionize the world. And so what I created was how I have on these headphones, or how you listen to music. Mm-hmm. How you go to a studio to hear music. I come in your office with this on, and you gonna think you in the studio. You gonna feel like you in back in the day when your system in your car, when you put all them 15 subs in there, and you be like, you go get in the car since you want to get in the car for the system. Right. Nah, bruh.
You can bring that to them.
I got it all. It's all figured out.
But I was gonna say, you seem like to be ahead of the curve. You know what I mean? Like you got the new mixtape, The King. Yeah. And then also you got the album. I'm confused. Is it Textbook Timbo? Or is it? So what's Opera Noir? Well, like what's
Opera Noir is about like this movie and this book.
Oh, so it's two separate entities.
Two different. Yeah, okay. and that's to me is like my thriller.
Okay.
So I will not rush into that body work.
The Opera Noir.
Exactly. Like labels will come out and try to, let's put it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not how you do. This is not about a song. This is about a body of work. This is about showing you how in depth I am when it comes to music. It's not nothing that I can't portray, or a moment, or a style, or a vision of a life period that your mama can relate to. I can always go back to that and paint that picture of Rosa Parks on the bus, or when we didn't get our rights. You know what I'm saying? I can go back and paint those pictures.
So how did like Beat Club evolve to Mosley Music Group?
Like I guess how Beat Club evolved to Mosley Music is Chris Smith, Nelly's manager. He's like, beat like a credit card. And I was like, what you mean? He said, you don't see American Express call Jay-Z Express. And I was like, name a company that represents you and what you stand for, that'll go down as a legacy of your family. And he said, your last name is it. You know what I'm saying? When I think
Mosley.
I said Mosley, when you look at credit card, it's like it's standing something. You don't want to have these names of like Rap Radar. That's rap. Right. You put the key thing in what you are. But you could have been like Beats Radio or blah, blah, but you'd be like, Elliot, what did that got to do with you are hip hop? So you have to put something that identifies to you. Right. And that's gonna go along when you die, pass on a legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to say, like Rockefeller Records, Rock Nation, he had to change Rock Nation. That's a part of him.
Right.
Is that what represents by saying Textbook Timbo? Like
it's like Textbook Timbo is like, back to the basics of me revamping, showing you no matter if I sit around for 8 years and don't do nothing, just chill and just go outside, don't ever think that I fall off. And a lot of people always think because you don't do this, you don't do that. It's just me observing. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out what's my place. Like, I'm not 25, you know what I'm saying? So, but how do I relate to my kids? That's the key. How do you relate to you? Still stay young and relate to the generation that's coming underneath of you. Yep. Not my peers. My peers, we like that's done. You know what I'm saying? Now it's innovating, changing the world. It's 2016 and it's going to be 2017 and 18, and we cannot keep talking about and when the world is is da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move with the times and find the beauty in what's going on.
But a couple years back though, you really shook up the game with 2013. I mean, you did Justin's album, Jay's album, and Beyonce's album.
I think that was more about just work ethic. I don't know if it changed.
That's a hell of a work
and
ethic.
he was the DJ during the Magna Carta run, the tour.
I just think that was more just work ethic. I don't know if I changed like Future Sex Love sounds. You know what I'm saying? When that came out, I felt like that was groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying?
Second Justin album.
The second one. Like I feel like for me, I'm not saying it wasn't those things, but for me, creatively, I know what's groundbreaking. Like Work It was groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Get Your Freak On was groundbreaking.
It changes the whole sound of the game. The rain was.
The Rain. You know what I'm saying?
Pony.
All those, like, I felt like 2013 was more of like, what you call it, like quantity. Quantity of different styles and what you like. And I feel like now the world has become that. Like you got to give them a nice quantity of this type of sound, Future or Jeezy. You know, people want the same thing, but what I say, okay, that's cool because I like the same things, right? But let me give you the best of the same things.
So what's that like? You got your young artists, but I also seen you like in the lab with the Young Thugs, the Migos. Like, what are those experiences like when you get
man?
them?
It's so fun. Like it's just fun because it's just free. They not critiques. They not judging like how we was judging, and it's really about just the feeling, the feeling of music. That's it.
You like something that we did judge. We said Pusha T Untouchables, one of the best beats of the year. Like talk about that.
I mean, that's so funny. Like everybody always asks me that, but it's not different. It's just that we haven't. It's all about timing and the perspective of when Pusha came out. Everything that he lined up was so perfect. So if you would have came out sounding like that's it, I don't like, you would have heard it before. So you want to hear Pusha, it's Pusha. Yeah. So the best thing which you love him for was grinding in that era. So we got to give you a little bit of that mixed in with the new.
So what do you mean when he said that we had him on the show? He's like, you called him, he's like, I am the hip hop. Like he was saying that's what you were saying during that conversation.
He is that. Like he is that. Like I feel like
he said that you said that.
Like I'm hip hop.
He said that I am the hip hop. You need this, Pusha T, and you gave him the beat.
Well, I'm always a good hype man.
Like any great producer, right?
Yeah, like I think when I'm in my zone, I'm in my zone.
Right.
Now when I'm off my zone, I'll be like, Ellie, don't talk. I got personal stuff going on. I'm just not there. Just don't hold me accountable.
Single again.
Like, so don't hold me accountable.
Right.
Just let me live and know that I'm going through something. So that's what I know now. I know when I'm going through something, I'm like, something is off. And I'll be like, you know what? I'll pull people that are close, like, you know, something. And I don't have no problem being shy about my life. You know, I'll be like, my personal life, I'm off, I'm throwed off. And I think people need to do that more. And I think for journalists, we need to be more real about our feelings and our situations. Because I feel like as artists, not journalists, but as artists, we don't understand how y'all see us. So it's for you to understand is to be like, okay, let me, not to be, you know, in our business, but I feel like if you follow us for so many years, I think you know our business.
We've had these conversations before listening sessions.
So shouldn't I tell you what's going on with me? What's going
on with you, Tim?
Like, you know, right?
Something's been going on, the case with you and Jay, Big Pimpin',
exactly,
man.
And I'm free of charge.
Did you feel like you was going to be resolved of all those?
I don't know. They was coming heavy.
Really?
And hard. But I was like,
you had to go to court. You guys had to go suited up and go to court.
Yeah, and then we had to pay court money. You know what I'm saying? Won't nothing. It was very expensive. But at the end of the day, I know I ain't do nothing wrong. And truth prevailed. You know,
in terms of what, clearing the sample or what?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta fight for what you believe in.
Yeah,
you know, like I think this dude just got out of jail. They locked him up in the 80s for something he didn't do, and now he's just now free. I'm like, yo, you got to pay for that his whole life, all he lost. Y'all made a mistake. So, but he fought and believed in what he believed in.
Yeah, and
me, I fight for what I believe in, and if that's what I believe in, I'm gonna keep going.
Right.
I just feel like I'm not gonna stop until it happened.
So, like, your chemistry with Jay, I mean, you guys did the whole last album together, Magna Carta, Holy Grail. I mean, as a fan growing up, seeing the chemistry between y'all two, is it as effortlessly when y'all create like how it was in Fade to Black?
Because you kind of encouraged him to make that album, right? Like that came out of just.
I mean, you gotta understand,
you
like
hit that spark, that got him going.
And Jay, we had a conversation that really made me understand why he do it and why he won't do it, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. We was at a restaurant and he was like, you know how hard it is for me to reach so far back and grab these raps and talk about stuff. My life is great. So I don't know nothing about that anymore. So it's hard to do a song and to talk about something that I don't even do.
He talked about that in the book with Big Pimpin', right? Like how he doesn't like that song anymore. He regrets making it? Or?
I don't think that was true. I don't think nobody regrets making a hit record.
Right.
I think that
that's still ringing off.
I just think that, you know, Jay life, he knew it. He just was smart. He was in King. And it's like a lot of people, we have moments in our lives and we miss them. And that because ego, personal problems, and mostly I said ego. You think that if you popping, yeah, you got there. That's a spark. Now to keep this thing going, you need a team. And it calls like, okay, I got to this far. There's always levels to how far success you get, and people. And I know I learned that because it was a point where I feeling myself. You know, you feel yourself, and then you take a hit wall, and that's how you really find out who your friends are. You find out if you're a man, can you get back up?
Yeah.
And refine and recreate yourself and redefine yourself. And I managed, thank God, that, you know, 3 times in my career. And what I learned now, why I say I'm in my prime, is Jimmy once said, never, you know, do stuff out of emotions. And a lot of things I've done was, you know, emotions. Like you might write something about an artist out of emotion. And I was like, don't do that.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? because he dissed y'all, and he, you know, it was a bad conversation. You know how people are. They like, he was an asshole. That's
what they said about when we had the listening session in the Village Voice, because I asked Timbaland some questions about what he was working with Dream. They got mad at me for asking questions.
See, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, like, you gotta like go home, vent to somebody, and just really think about what are we really here for?
Right.
The craft of this person.
Yeah.
Now, personally, you might say, I didn't like how he could have had a bad day. But, you know, I've learned now that just because stuff don't go right at that moment, I give people the benefit of the doubt or the situation the benefit of the doubt, because what if that was me? Now I do what if that was me. Before, when I was younger, I never say what if.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know who I am. I'm Timbaland. You better blah, 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 blah. And that's just not cool to me no more.
What was it like with you and Jay as individual men growing, and then like now being able to, like, because you've done great work, but then to do a whole project together? Like, how did that conversation you had evolve to, I'm really going to help you quarterback this whole album?
It was like, you know, it was something that I think that was in the makings for a long time. We always had a lot of great records. I think that was, Jay always know what he's doing, and that was perfect timing to have my energy to mix in what he wanted to do. And, you know, and my energy now, I feel like he could do music now, but I would just do stuff to have fun again. You know, we know it ain't true. You know what I'm saying? We know blah, blah, blah. You done did it. Now it's all about the swag. I think show his finesse and swag with the young generation.
Yeah.
I think that'll be cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what Drake is kind of doing, showing his finesse and swag on a Future record with Future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that we know you can rap. Right now, it's nothing Jay can't talk about that he done it all.
You said in an interview about Drake, and it's funny you talk about it. You said like Drake is like the last superstar. Do you still believe that, or do you feel that?
I feel like,
or do you think that a superstar can?
I feel like as of right now, he has mastered the craft. I can't say he's the last superstar. That's kind of immature to say, and I think I was a little bit immature at the moment. But we can't predict who's the last superstar. You know, I can't predict who's the last best producer. I mean, could be a producer come up right now as we speak. I don't see nobody, you know, jumping in. I don't see but I can't see the whole world, you know. And I got Bryson. You know what I'm saying? Bryson did the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
he's one of the early people to discover him, right?
Yeah,
Big
so
up on that
like,
song.
you know what I'm saying? So Bryson is with me, but you got to put in work. Drake put in work. You can't just go beat that cat. That cat really, you know, when you be in the game past 6 years worth of hits, you just don't step up to that. Like, you got to really do. He done his homework, and not homework just in music, homework in life of music.
Do you think like workshops, like how you came up with Devontae, could still work for new artists, or do you think that's obsolete?
I think what I'm doing with my new artists now, with Blaze and Tweezy, I mean, we got more. I got Tink, but I'm bringing them two out in my girl group, Obsessed. They need to see this. It's like I'm doing the same thing now with them. It's like, but sometimes you don't got to be active. Just listen and watch. You'll learn more by just him sitting there just being silent. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to do, is be a teacher to the young generation and not being like I'm above somebody. Does that make any sense? A lot of us A-listers, we don't come back and give back.
But it's not as tough as the way you guys came up under Devontae, though, right?
It's not.
You touched on that in the book. Like, people have said how that was like borderline abusive at times, right?
But it was needed. It was necessary. We need to break some of our. Devontae, I feel like he broke a lot of our ego out of us. Because if we didn't have it, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't see all of that, who knows if I'll be who I am today. So I need to have been broken. Everybody needs to be breaking. You just don't know how you need to be broken yet. So but I think it was great.
Is it harder to do it in this kind of culture, to force a new talent, or?
I think it just takes your time and effort. It takes you being there, putting your time in it. And it takes believers. Like, I can do all I can do, but if them two kids right here beside me, if they don't believe, then it's all useless.
How did you connect to Bryson? Because he had one of the songs, he said you had to see, said, why Timbo the King send me back home?
Because Bryson he know, like, I just felt like, well, it goes both ways. It's a 50-50. I didn't understand him, and he didn't understand me. But now we have a great understanding, and I said, I'm with you, but I think, what he wanted, he needs to be over, what he was ready now. I wasn't for sure of what I was doing. That was really the issue. And by me not being a man, I should have told him, you know what I'm saying? But I always stuck by him and put him in the right situation.
Yeah. You said I'm sorry, not sorry beat.
I did. I mean, he's still like he's my artist. So it's like the whole album, I did, 4 or 5 songs, but I don't really go through all. It's about my team now. It's not about Timbaland anymore. It's
your
about
name,
Team
getting
Timbo.
all the credit. And all that.
It's about my producers I got under me that I'm raising. Other artists that write, if he write my raps, it's about showing the youth of today.
You have been a good mentor over the years. I don't think you get enough credit for that. So someone like comes to mind as Danger Hands. Are you still working with him? Or?
No, because a lot of people what happens is God only created one Timbaland. And you have to find your place as a producer, whatever you are. And so a lot of times people, have their own visions, which I think is great. But you got to know, I really do this. And I'm not talking about just going making a beat. It's this. I go talk, my personality. People don't understand, like, what producers you talking to. You're not interviewing. You don't want to, Ellie, you don't want to see, you just like, whatever. I'm not talking to him. He's not interesting. And see, the thing about it is, people think they're interesting when they work beside me and think they do so much more. God gave me a gift. He gave you a gift. But he appoints people to lead. Like you have your head. There's 1,000 people have a podcast, but you're Elliot Wilson for a reason. Now it could be somebody else come back. Yeah, he's great, but he's not me. Like, it just work ethic. Everything that you do is just totally different from somebody else.
So the mentorship turns into this competitive thing.
And and then they got to walk the journey. I was once there too. So, and then they all come back, and then I'm open arms, and I let them all come back. I don't be like. Because sometimes you got to do that to know your place. But you have good relationships. I mean, what's your relationship status like? People like Miss J, Doe. Yeah, we got great relationships. We all great. You know what I'm saying? They all great. But sometimes it don't be me hindering. It's just life itself. And sometimes you got to go out there and see it yourself. And I can't. What I've learned is the same thing with Jimmy taught me. Everything that I know to this day. Jimmy, he's like, don't think with emotion. fall back. When stuff I didn't used to fall back, he'd be like, yeah, shake his head, and I'm like, I don't really shake, you know what I'm saying? And now I get everything that he was trying to show me.
So how did you first meet Jim? Because he gave you mostly music group, right? How did you and Jimmy form that relationship?
Well, Jimmy from Barry Hankerson from back in the Leah days.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's how me and Jimmy became cool. And we always been there, but Dre was his main guy.
Yep.
I would say then Will, I Am was there, and then it was me. You know?
Everybody had their own imprint, the whole thing.
And then Jimmy was always, he wanted to give me the world, but I wasn't ready to accept the world. My mind was too focused on Tim do it all, Tim do this, Tim do that. It's Timbaland's world, and not want to be, it's our world.
Wasn't
it's
also
a team effort.
Wasn't also a conflict with creative direction? You felt certain company people were giving you too much input about music and stuff?
I mean, I don't know what it was. I just think that my brains were just off. I think just me being young and me not just knowing life and just growing up at being a man and just wanted to learn, and I stopped wanting to learn, thinking I learned it all.
Is that because of such early success?
Yeah,
I mean, look at
early success
out the gate. Like,
yeah, early success will get you effed up. You know what I'm saying? And like, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, they get their money, they flash, but then reality hit behind closed doors. Bill collectors come, this person come, that person, and they don't realize that it's real life. It's fun and games to do music, but it's a real job. And what I didn't realize is, you know, you got to treat people good on the way. Not saying I treat people bad, but I could have been better with my attitude. And now that I know and what I've learned, just as a man, I just treat people different. And I never used to kind of be on time. Just treat people, things, the little things in life, I treated wrong. Time, people's time, being on time, just being a businessman. And, you know, now I get it. And I look at it like, man, if I would have did this. But I don't regret, because now I feel like I'm 25 again. So it's like, hey, that's when I send you that text. You know, I just thinking about, do good or bad, do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at that. I look at what you do, and you do a great job at what you do. And that's why I said thank you for all the years of supporting Timbaland and his brand, regardless of, just like with Ross, the same thing. I was telling my crew I was wrong, regardless of what he's saying. I'm wrong because I took his moment. That's like me coming, and if I'm a bigger person or whatever the world may see me as, and I come in and you had some information, and I go to another station and share it.
Right. Talking about the moving bass records.
Yeah, I'm just giving you an example. If I took the moment, I took his moment. It's like if you had gave me, I knew some information, you like, Tim, don't say nothing, and I go to TMZ. I took your moment. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just real. You don't go and take people moments. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, snap. I took that he was promoting a single, and I didn't look at it like that way. You know what I'm saying? Everything in life, we grow and we learn.
Be able to resolve it.
Yeah, like I always apologize to him. You know, as men, that's a moment. I don't know what that felt for him. You know what I'm saying? So I would never know how he honestly feels, but it could have really hurt him. And then we as men, we just like anybody else, we get hurt.
Yeah.
And that could have really hurt him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. And so my thing, that's why I don't beef with people. I don't go around, saying, because if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I was wrong.
Was it the excitement to try to give Tink that platform?
It was all about the excitement. Yeah. It was me stepping back into the ring with something new. And I knew she was a female, and I felt like females don't get heard. They don't get the proper respect. Hey, and I said, look, I know how to get y'all attention. Watch this. I knew that was going to get people attention. And that's all I really wanted. I wanted about the song. It was an assignment I gave to her. So it wasn't about that song. It was about, let me show you how good this little girl is.
Great interest.
Where we at with that project now? Because there was so much hype that was going to happen last year.
And she's still like, she's still building. Like, she's still growing. Like, she don't understand. Like, she probably mixtape like, Tink, you got to work it. Now she see me out here touring my mixtape. It's a different game and time. Like, those days, how we did it, you're that dope. But no, you're 19. You got to go out here and work your stuff. So she's learning as she goes along. And it's like a lot of pressure. So I just pulled back because I remember what happened with Bubba Sparks. It was too much at once. So sometimes you got to slow it up with an artist. And she's a female, and you don't want that I got a daughter, so you gotta just be a little bit more easy and more patient. And so now, as you see, her hype is building, and it's building the right way. She's doing another tape now. She on my tape, She coming out on the road with us. So it's just building the right way.
You think it'll be ready by the end of the year?
Yeah, like
hopefully?
she's ready. Yeah, I'm working on now. She'll be on Minds.
Yeah.
She got a song on Minds with her and Ty. Another song with her, I think I'm doing with her and Bryson. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm building her up. I wanted to, so she understand. I don't want her to fall, because what happens, I gave her too much so quick, and I'm like, let me pull back. Let me pull back.
When did you decide to pull back? Like, what was
just when, like, even like kind of with the raw stuff, it kind of let me know, like, you know what? She ain't there. She's there. But it's rules and regulations
too much
to this.
Too soon.
Yeah, it's rules and regulations to this.
Right.
And I jumped out a little bit too fast. You know what I'm saying? I just want to slow it up a little bit so we can know what hurdles, so you can jump the hurdles, because I jumped all the hurdles.
Right.
But you ain't jumped the hurdles. And I'm like, come on, girl, jump. Oh, snap. You ain't never seen this hurdle. Oh, man, I didn't prep you for this. So let me go back and just prep it and build it so you have longevity in this music.
I've always wanted to ask you, I know Missy's making a comeback now, but, you know, a couple years ago, you guys had that one record I loved, Ninth Inning, and you had that line about wanting to work with Lady Gaga, and you were upset about that. Like, did you?
Well, you know, that was just me just talking. Me being young, just shooting the breeze.
Right.
Shooting the breeze.
And that's my dog. Lady Gaga's probably one of the sweetest person ever. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I guess that's what I was feeling.
Are you going to work with her eventually?
She. I mean, you know, like I said, everybody's evolving. You know, she won a Golden Globe for doing some craziness on American Idol.
And you got a #1 album with the Empire soundtrack, man.
I mean, it's crazy, man. Like how stuff works in this day and time. I'm like, a #1 album for a TV show.
What's that process been? Because I saw an interview you were saying you was kind of learning about your real duties as you was doing the job. Like,
it's like this podcast. It's a brand new platform, right?
Right.
So you got to learn it. So it's everything. Like, I didn't know what exec means. I thought it was just a title. Yeah, it's a title, but let me explain what is behind the title of exec. So I had to learn all of that. Executive producer. No, that don't mean you produce everything. See, I was still young and green and wet behind the ears, thinking that I'm always competitive and not knowing that. Lionel Richie told me this. Tim, you made it. Ain't nothing to prove no more. Just put your brand out there. Put what you want around your brand. You got to find something to sell now. You did the hard part. It's branding.
Right.
He said, do you follow me? You did the hard part. You brand yourself. You already it. Why you got to go compete with that person? Grab them, put them underneath of you, show them it's your brand. It's gonna take them to the top. I said, you know what? You're right. So now it's like this a part of this evolution of growth as a man.
So you were like really surprised by that? Did you know it was gonna be a #1 album? Like when
everything in my life that happened at that moment was so new. I didn't know, and now that's why I said I get everything. Like a lot of this stuff happened like writing a book. Jay Ben wrote a book. You know, people develop in life different, faster than others, and people have bigger doors to open than others. Me, I was always like, okay, what's next? Or what am I doing wrong? I always wanted to correct my wrongdoings. And I wanted to learn. And I feel like now, where I'm at right now, is I could go back and be like, damn, I see every flaw. I'm gonna keep making flaws,
right?
But I see everything that I know that as going forward in this music business, what I'm not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, always remain humble, just to teach these young guys, and when they get big, when I'm like, okay, now what? Then you'll still be doing it. I said, yeah. You be like, it might be something in Tweezy might be like, yeah, Elliot said you want good. Tweezy might be like, man, fuck it, blah, 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 blah.
Tweezy wouldn't say that about me.
You know what I'm saying? But then I'll be like, you know, why don't you have a conversation? Look how long he been doing it. Look how long you've been doing it. Ask him instead of going off. Have a conversation, because he might don't understand something versus you might don't understand. But if I was young-minded, I'm gonna agree with him. That's my point I'm trying to make. So I'm not at them stages where I just agree to, I don't care if somebody talked about you. I don't care. Let's find out the source. Why did that person think that? Because everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah. Right.
And that's the problem. People be getting mad of opinion. I'm like, well, what is this? You can't get mad because he says, she say. That I just don't agree to that.
Yeah. What's your opinion of Missy's situation? Because like she's been plotting her comeback for a while on how to present herself back in, and then she put out a record with Pharrell, and it just seems strange. Like I'm always so used to seeing you guys together.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this.
It's all VA though.
It is, and it's all us. We all family. It is. That's true. But the evolution of what today is, and I think y'all see it. And Missy is evolution. How do you elevate in 2016? So I think first, like I was telling my sister, you got to know what's going on, and you got to get what's going on, and you just got you can jump out and still the people gonna love you because it's Missy Elliott,
right? But
only your core people gonna love you, not nobody that's 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, because you got to know. You got to be on Instagram. It's all business. This thing here now is not for recreation. It's all part of business. Snapchat, all that stuff. It's just business. And if you're not up on that stuff, how you going to do music?
Well, some people don't have to, though.
So the Pharrell thing was a better move because of that?
I think the Pharrell move, I think it was her getting her feet wet to know how it works out here. Think about it. Missy just got on Instagram 3 months ago. Think about that. So everybody just don't want to conform to what's going on, because to them, coming from the 90s, it's foolery. I look at just swag and sounds and elevation. I don't look at like if a person ain't rapping or if he ain't, because I know that I'm way older than that person that's rapping. Of course he's not gonna rap the things that I want him to say. But let me see what's going on, because guess what? I got a 21-year-old. I need to know what's going on out here, because it's totally different from what we was going on.
21.
So, and I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, damn, that was kind of clever. Now, it might not be clever to you, but for what's going on, it's clever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, just like Young Thug, like, I got to listen to what he's saying. He just having fun, and it's about melodies and flows, how he attacked the beat, and he say some crazy stuff that you go back and think about. You be like, did that boy just say?
Right.
Now that was kind of ill, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be a whole lot of subjects, like a lot of things. It's like art. When you see one picture, you don't see. You might see a lady, you might see a car in it, you might see this. That's how rap music is. It's art now.
So would you rather focus on the new than worry about trying to create a masterpiece with Missy from like what you've done in the past?
I think. But what is a masterpiece? Is it a masterpiece for him? Because I'm trying to make masterpieces for that generation.
But what about for the world? What about me? I don't count.
I mean, if you want to listen to like, 1990 stuff, I can't do that. I'm in 2016.
Tell me, you make hits in the 2000s and
but now it's a new chapter.
I'm still reading books.
Exactly. So my point
and I got buying power.
But
as he points to the book,
this is a chapter of my life, right? Close. That's from 19 when I first started, all at 2015. Where I'm at today is nowhere where that was. So the sound I'm gonna give you is futuristic Timbo. So some of the stuff, like, you gotta just get used to. I'm not trying to please. How can I say? Okay, like if somebody that I worked with in my past, I know how to. I'm on to the new. Of what technology has to offer and what sound has to offer. I want to create going forward, not going backwards. And when I did Untouchable, it was going forward mixed with a little bit of Biggie that gave it that, but it's really forward.
Right.
Ain't nothing, old. It's just I put the Biggie in there to make it
a little nostalgic too.
Exactly.
Someone what would Pusha too, right? You guys are cooking up more too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, we're cooking up more. And Pusha get it. He like, I need some of what people know me for, but I need the new too. Because you want to evolve. Music is about elevation. You know what I'm saying? It's not about. It's preferences. You're gonna like lyrics. You're gonna like this, but sometimes it's about swag. Like Future give you swag, man. He make you just want to. You constantly bounce. That's what music's supposed to do. So now, we had only one source back in the day. That was radio.
Right.
He was the radio king, man. He was the radio king.
But now we got your podcast,
right.
this person, that person, whoever you want to pick.
It's also the live experience. I'm sorry, B-Dot. So is that why it's important to go on tour and also DJing? Because I know that's also your passion, to play to the crowds and see how they're rocking with the music.
People. That's what it's about. I want to touch the people. I don't want to do big old arenas. I want to be small, intimate, because the word gets out there faster.
So what is your approach when you go to a club and you got your laptop just like any other DJ and you setting up?
Yeah,
and
man, we have fun. They be like, can't believe I'm there.
Yeah. I was surprised that Jay-Z told us, like, is that Timbaland on the stage?
Yeah, you didn't even announce that you were DJing. Like, you DJ for Jay.
No, I just have fun, man. Just have fun with life.
Right.
Music is fun, not serious.
There's someone that you talked about in your past, like Nas. Last year, Tim, you played this snippet of a record of Nas.
Hey, man.
Is that the Sinatra?
I had to yarn on that one. I've been waiting on Nas to finish.
Sinatra?
So is that the one
I've been waiting for 5 years.
This fucking Nas guy, man.
So you talking to me, you need to go directly to him.
Sinatra Sand?
And you did You Won't See Me Tonight. You owe me.
I mean, go talk to that man, man. That man, I don't know what he doing and what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, when we put this record up, I'm working on it now.
Working it now, kid.
I'm like, nah.
Also, you came out, again, to go back to that Jungle City Studios time like that. Besides, also, I wanted to ask you with the Beyonce project, that was you also collaborating with Pharrell, other producers, right? What was that like? Because I know you used to being like the king of the ship.
It was like, you know what? It was kind of like B led the ship. And that's why she my sister, and it was like, try this. See, that's why I look at people, sometimes people be ahead of the future. And they got it just as artists, like, man, Timbaland the best, but there's other people with dope flavors that I like too. So I need Timbaland to scope the flavors that I like.
Yours is more like what you did the Beyonce part.
I did that beat. Me and Justin did that one. Like, we did a whole bunch of stuff. Then we worked with a lot of people on it too.
Yeah, like Blows, you and Pharrell, correct?
Yeah.
It's amazing that you and Pharrell grew up together, literally was in a group. You know, you always be like, I was in a group back in the day with this guy. None of those guys make it. You guys went on to be two of the greatest producers of all time. Like, that is insane.
Word.
We blessed.
Virginia.
Did you know Pharrell was special like you? Like
we don't know, man. Now we can say we special, but we don't know that. We can't say back then. We trying to get something to eat. Yeah. Right. We having fun, but at the same time, we didn't know we was gonna get paid.
What made him different than you? Like in terms of skill, like like ball players could be like, I have this skill, but this guy's
he
special.
was just dope.
So you always knew he was dope.
Yeah, I knew he was dope.
How do you feel about your legacy in terms of like before you came in, we were saying like I don't think this is opinion, it's the fact. Top 5 producer of all time, your name is mentioned amongst your peers like Kanye,
the Mount Rushmore,
the Mount Rushmore of hip hop. You're there.
Look at Tim smile.
Does that mean anything to you, or does it like? Do you care about?
It mean a lot. I mean to say that just to be in people's mouth. So to me, that's one thing. But now I want to be in your mouth. Like, okay, remember when the people was like, "Yo, he changed radio."
Yeah.
I got to change the way people listen, how people put on headphones. Everything about music has to change. Like, yo, this dude got rid of subwoofers. Like, that's to me is a moment. Yeah. A hit record, having a song, that's cool. A moment is making studios get rid of, making everybody wear the sub pack. Like you don't want to hear nothing. That's like what Jimmy did with Beats. Headphones been out for how long?
Forever.
Yeah.
He changed perspective of how headphones look. That's why I want to be known. Dre now is known Beats by Dre.
It's funny because even with the last Justin record, the 2020 Experience, like you made records that obviously feel like traditional radio, but the links to the songs, the arrangement challenge radio, right? Because radio doesn't like songs now like 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes. Like, talk about that. That was on purpose, I guess, to sort of just challenge the norm of the structure that exists.
I'm a music head. Like, I listen to Prince, Pink Floyd.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of Bowie during those sessions too.
Yeah, and I always want to try different things. I think the next Justin I might do is this gonna be the one.
What? We're the one.
What you mean the one? You had the
Nah.
Future come on.
Let's go. Can we go through the beginning though? So the first album, Pharrell did most of the first album.
I don't know what you talking about. I'm talking about the future.
Future sex lifestyle.
Futuristic, not future.
So you hate that you're in a space now where you don't even like to look back now?
No, because I already know what we gonna do. and it's gonna be
okay. How do you motivate him? Because between Future Sex and 2020, like how do you get him going?
First of all, when he saw me 2006, I was all swole, and he looked like that's not the same Tim. My energy was different. Now he gonna see me again. I'm small like him, so he gonna be like, "What the freak?" Then my energy is different, so it brings his energy to be different. And he said, I know he gonna be like, "I seen this before." I said, "I know. Remember the time you came to Virginia, 2006, and that's when it's gonna all take place. That's when it's gonna all go boom. That's when the sound it's gonna be really there."
So what's a good way to just go back to the last one? You talked about criticism of things. A lot of people criticized the part 2 that came out. Like everyone loved part 1 of 2020. So damn near millions of records. And the second one, critics kind of ifed on it a little bit. You know what I mean?
But then now they like, wait a minute, Drink Your Way was on the second one. Yeah, the biggest country record that's going on. I could have told. I mean, it's just like. Everybody that's just people, man. They gon' some people now they go back, oh, it was pretty cool. It was jamming. Right. But the beginning, I don't know if it was.
But no regrets. You appreciate the way you guys rolled that out. I appreciate
it. I think it was great. We can't please everybody.
So what's a session with Timbaland like then? Like, if you're a new artist or a veteran, what's the approach?
Oh, you want to ask them that?
What's it like, man?
Going real quick, yeah. State your name, gangster.
It doesn't matter.
I go by Tweezy. TWEEZIE. I'm a new cat, so I gotta abbreviate and spell it out and all that. But working with Tim is like, it changed me as an artist, because I was like a one-sided type of person. Like, I was rapping about what I was living, going through. He made me have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made me be like, you ain't gotta rap about the struggle that way. Finesse the track. You know what I'm saying? Like, melodize it. You know what I'm saying? Like, harmonizing, whatever, just flavor. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have different flavors, salt, pepper, all that.
Gotcha.
That's the bowl of
And you, sir?
It don't matter which one.
Get that one.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah,
your name, sir? Your name, sir?
You did Blaze Server. Everything. Snapchat, IG. Y'all hit me on that. BLAZESER.
These kids are different.
Scale. You did.
They more innovative than we were. We come in there too cool to talk.
Man, we can curse on it.
Yeah.
Oh, word. All right, shit on some real shit though. For real. Working with Tim, it's amazing. It's all just pure vibes. You feel me? Like, I vibe off him, he vibe off me. It's just energy. Like, when I go in there, when I first met him, you know what I'm saying, and we was just working on shit, it was just the energy, you feel me? I pull up on him doing all that, you feel me? Goddamn, he right there with me. He felt everything. So, really, we got a lot more shit coming, like, pure vibes, like real wave music, you feel me? Like, I feel like this shit gonna be epic. You feel me? Like, I'm really rocking with it. You did. So,
and it's just different energy, just teaching them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know every door they gonna probably walk through besides a couple new doors. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just let them be free. I let them dictate to me what is hot. I don't, I let them do, because guess what? It's starting off fresh. So they gonna know what the people want to hear going on. But I'm like, okay, once you get seasoned, this is how you take it to the next level.
So is that like the most rewarding part of your career, is like seeing other artists pop off?
I love it now. I look at now, I can tell them to buy me a car.
You said
nigga, I know you made money.
Run that.
Like, for real, like, seriously, you need to go buy me this.
Right.
Oh, I done did for you. I like that. I like doing that now. That's cool.
You could have done it then too. You saw a lot of
that's my point. I was immature and I was silly. So now it's like,
silly Tim.
It was like, I had, money, but sometimes you rather have the right perspective than money.
But so it's not like you have any regrets, though. It's more like you look at everything with perspective.
I like it's cool. I'm still living. I'm wealthy. I'm good. I'm young, happy, wealthy.
How wealthy are you?
Well,
what's your biggest record, Tim? What's the biggest record?
Divorce is expensive.
Yeah, man. Fresh off divorce, man. Are you enjoying being single? Like, why?
I love it. It's me. I'm Timbo. SP Timbo. I mean, it's to me, it's a chapter in life where I don't regret it. It's just a matter of, you get to learn yourself. Everything what I do, I learn Tim to better Tim. You know what I'm saying? I don't judge no woman. I don't look bad. I just say, you know what? Maybe I didn't know me as I should have known me. Because if I known me, I wouldn't have did this part of it or that part of that, or you know what I'm saying? So I don't regret in saying, like, you know, I look at now like I get to find me and do me the right way in my prime. Like I could walk down and be like, oh, no, I don't want to talk to that type of girl. No, I've seen this before. It's great. Person not wrong, but for what Tim need,
right,
it don't fit. So for me not to hurt you, it's best for me to walk this way. Why? Because I know me. And me operate like this, and you already complaining about this little stuff, that ain't gonna work for me. What you mean? It's too complicated. I'm going over.
But how fulfilled are you for that way? Because you've said before, like, you've struggled with that mentality and going through depressions and stuff. But it seems like right now you're in such a strong mental state.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I got God on my side. That's number one. And I just know who I am. I know my journey. I know what I'm going to do. And when I wrote this book, it kind of like opened up like, man, I overcame some real obstacles. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, man, like, I've been blessed.
Right.
Yeah. You know, I might don't have Bill Gates money. I might don't have more money than Jay-Z or Puff or, you know, what they got. But what I do got is I left a mark on this world.
Oh, absolutely.
And I got a legacy. And I'm still building my legacy, and it's not done yet.
What is your biggest record, though? Is it the One Republic record?
I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot of big records. I feel like I don't.
Checks come in.
You know what? I don't even think it's the records. I think it's the I think I created moments in life.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of your favorite moments?
Apologize was a moment. That was a moment.
Republic.
Try Again was a moment. You know, Big Pimpin' was a moment.
Hey Poppy, that was a great moment.
Great moment.
Why did you decide to use some of Leah vocals on the new project? Because I know you've been, you know,
because everybody, you know what? Everybody would think I got the stuff. I don't have shit. Okay, so people start asking me. I was young, so what would I know about keeping files and masters? I just want to do the beat. I'm a producer. I'm not that damn smart at that time.
Storing acapellas and shit.
And I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's all, you know, Black Ground Records. And you know, they give me, and I just say, hey, can I put a Leah record? They gave me that record. And I had to do, it was already kind of done. They didn't have the file, so I had to bounce around it. You know, a lot of people think, you know, I don't have those files of Aaliyah. I tried to go search and see if something lingering around that maybe I left around. I don't have them.
But do you think there should be a project that pays homage to her and be put together?
Well, you know what? They working on it now. I did like 2 for it, so we'll see.
That was supposed the whole Drake thing before.
That's out of my jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that that's my sister, but I'm not the record label people. People are like, can we get more Leah? Can we get more Leah? I was her producer. That don't mean that I have all her music. It's called record company, and I was in the record company.
But you said 2 songs on the new project.
Yeah, I don't know if they knew, but you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Right. I didn't control all. I control what we did. Yeah. You know? And
songs you did in the past.
Yeah, and we turned them in. So I don't know nothing.
As Timbaland the producer, what is like your most proudest moment or fondest moment with success and things that come?
I don't think I had my proudest moment yet.
What?
Nah.
He's all forward today, baby. No looking back.
No revisionism.
I think it's yet to come. You know what I'm saying? If I say that, then I'm not going to receive what I'm about to get.
Right. What goals do you feel like you still, besides you said changing the sound, like is there any specific goals you still have in mind?
That's it, man. I just want to not and show people that I think I got a big thing when it comes to being a billionaire. I want to provide jobs for the community. Like, I feel like people, what in the world do I possibly need with $1 billion? What could I possibly go buy in a lifetime? I live comfortably now. So what is that going to be so different? You know what I'm trying to say? So if I go to a neighborhood and I can provoke somebody killing somebody because of money, I'm going to talk to them and give them the money. I'm like, now, what did you get from this? Now, why was you going to shoot that dude across the street? Because, what? Right. So what is your difference now? See, I want to educate and give at the same time. If I take $100 million and spread throughout a community, I'm like Martin Luther King.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton supported too.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But see, people just talk. I'm going to actually do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to just talk about it. No, figure out no donations. No, none of that. I'm going to really like, you know what? Like, Elliot, you might got a dream or an idea. And I'm going to really look at it and give you the money for it.
Right.
Go do it. You ain't gotta give me no red tape, no blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna come back and check in. Where you at with it?
A hardcover right here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like we supposed to do as leaders. Right. And I feel like if this product that's on my back and it sells and it'll be billions of dollars, you're gonna always buy my product if I get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not about money. It's about showing people how to control money and use money in the right way.
Right.
Like here's $5 million, but I'm gonna dividend this $5 million to you. You're not gonna complain about money, but you're not just gonna give you all this $5 million. Right. We're gonna create a job for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna cry broke. You can get paid the flaws, but we're gonna have money don't grow on trees.
Right.
So I want to provide people to sit with these, young black people. Like, yeah. So if everybody in the club got $5 million, $10 million, like, we all having a good time, right?
You said that like you take care of your boys. Like you want everybody to have money.
Yeah, I want all y'all. I want everybody. Like I go in the club, I buy all the bottles. I don't want to see nobody. It's like who gonna turn up the most.
Now we at tonight then, Tim?
You know what I'm saying? We on the even playing field. If we in the club, everybody on the even playing field.
Right.
Now we testing your swag game.
That's what
we on the scale, right? Yeah. So if you got $5 million, Tweezy got $5 million, who's stunting?
Right.
Ain't everybody happy. So now, why we in the club?
Right.
He got money. So we're going to all have fun together. That's the beauty.
B-Dot's have fun with you, right?
Yeah, of course. We had. I'm gonna get to before I get to that story. I want to know, Tim, as a producer, as a DJ. I mean, we all have egos. What song that you create when they play it gives you that sense of gratification? Like, wow, I made this. Like, what?
I don't know.
You don't have that moment? Like, damn.
I think Pony is cool. I like Pony when they play
Pony?
that.
Yeah.
Just that sound. I came up with that sound.
Yeah.
So that to me was like, that's something I made.
Can you explain how you came up with that sound? Like, can you put it into words?
Just me messing around the keyboard and wow. And I was like, ooh, this is pretty dope. And I just did that little melody.
Right.
And there she was.
And you're the hi-hat king, too, the tempo,
That's
right?
what people say, but to me, it was me. I call myself the rhythm king because I like different rhythms. I like all types of rhythms. People just bounce on one way, but I like to bounce in ways of that maybe you can't dance to. Like I love African rhythms. African rhythms, I don't know if the world ready out here for them yet, but you can dance on African. The rhythms of an African beat is so crazy, but the world not ready yet. I don't think the world's ready yet. So I'm just on some other stuff.
You using like Indian flute? You using like Indian music?
I love Indian music. That's why I can go overseas. They love me because I'm the man. Like they know it. They know it.
That probably might be my favorite Timbaland record.
For real?
No, my favorite Timbaland record, it always comes back to Memphis Bleak. I think Is That Your Chick? That beat. I like the version without Bleak on it, where it was just Jay by himself, but I think that might be my favorite one.
Your favorite beat?
That shit is hot, man.
Memphis Bleak is all
I think my favorite, one of my dope beats was Love You Better. Cause I like
oh, you did?
Like moving by myself.
Yeah,
I thought that was
originally for Jay too, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He turned it down. He made a mistake there.
No,
right?
just some things are better for other things. You know.
So what was it like working with Fab? He nailed it. Was you and Lab together?
It. No, he just nailed it. They nailed it. Like when we heard, we was like, "This is it."
What's your favorite one, Elliot?
It's
too many?
Know, man. Too many, man.
Jigga Boy Jiggers, I also like that one a lot, too.
That was hard.
Yeah. That was he's like, yeah. That joint is hard.
That was hard. I ain't gonna lie, that one was hard.
Well, that's when you and Jay, you realized you didn't write. And
I like the Foxy Brown. Gotta get that paper, dog.
That's slept on.
I don't like that record.
I love that.
That's the one record I skip on Hard Knock Life. I don't like that too much.
Like I got hard mock money, something money.
The other record you and Jay did, I ain't like neither. Lobster and Shrimp.
You don't like lobster and shrimp?
Like lobster and shrimp?
Everybody, you might get some bananas thrown at you. You say that, man. You might be the only person in America.
Whoa.
Beat out. I'm gonna give you a pass on that one. Like the other one, the money one, I could be like, okay, that's acceptable. You gotta be. That can be. People like money. But lobster, come on, man. You might didn't like the title.
It was just so all over the place. I don't know.
How was it?
It was just.
It's not.
The video,
nigga. You mean like the lyric? Okay. That is a prime example of how people talk about music today.
What, like the song and verses?
Like you said, it was all over the place.
Right.
It was a feel-good record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went back to back in that third verse too. Like a lot of times too, like even when Justin comes back, Sexy Back, you're on the record with him. Like, why do you think that you come to the forefront so much and like the back and forth?
I don't know, man. Maybe because my voices come out and be like Paul Bundy or something like that. Hello. And I don't know. Maybe my voices come out like a sore thumb when I get like, who is that? You know, who knows?
That CeeLo record too was one of my favorites. I'm thinking about all the records that come on.
I come around.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised you like that.
What?
What's another one you feel underappreciated that you love but probably wasn't as big as you wish it could have been? Like you said, the Foxy record with Jay. Is there any other like record like that?
You know what? It wasn't a hip hop record. It was a record that I did. It was a rock record. Chris Cornell. That album was crazy.
I missed that one.
It's on the streaming services. Like, go listen.
No, it was just like it was the change of rock music to me. And he did Black Hole Sun.
Yeah.
So I feel like I gave it so much edge. Like that album, you should listen to it. Like it's just like just for the beats. You ain't gonna probably care for singing on, but how it segue into each song, you gonna go crazy. Like I really put some time into that.
Damn, there's a lot of records, man. Sheesh.
But that was the thing, you dominated urban radio, but like with Justin, you was able to conquer the pop world too, like that. What was it about Justin that made him? I know you guys are friends in real life, but what do you think it is talent-wise that made him this person that could evolve and you can make these incredible records and he continues to develop as an artist? Like, what makes him special?
He is special. I mean, I don't think there's nobody better than, like, Justin is one of the coldest entertainers I've seen in a long time. He got it all. He's a writer, artist, great friend. He just got a check on everything that you write on the board as a to-do list. Check. That's Justin.
And once you get him motivated with music, it just always feels good and it just goes.
Yeah, like he's another one don't write. He write off top of his head.
What?
All those songs he wrote, he didn't write them down. But Sexy Back, he just do them at the top of his head.
Cry Me a River.
All them records.
Wow.
He don't write them down.
I feel like again, like with the whole you and Pharrell, like the friendly rivalry. It's like he made the whole first album with Pharrell, and then you took him over. You had "Cry Me a River" and never look back. And never look back.
But see, that's the thing about Virginia, man. We don't trip like that. We don't be tripping like we like. It's for the state of Virginia, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't be. Oh, I got more Pharrell, this and that. No, we don't be tripping like that.
Yeah, no, that. Maybe you'd have little things with other producers, but it was never Pharrell. You guys never went at each other.
That would be really dope. That would be dope. Remember Kanye and Swiss had that little battle at Summer Jam, like you versus
would you do like
Pharrell.
Would you do a friendly beat battle with these guys?
I tell you what,
Swiss, I'm sure would challenge you.
I tell you what I would do though. Would be cool, but I want to make money off of it, and we can film it. My crew against your crew. Team Timbo.
They ready. Look at the young bucks out here.
Team Timbo against,
whoever you got.
Team, Swiss, Team Pharrell. Because I feel like it's about motivation and picking people up. It'll be about, leadership, mentor, being there. You get to see sides of us that you never saw. It won't be about, of course it'll be about them and what we do, but it'll be about something you never saw in Tim, something you never saw in Pharrell, something you never saw in Swiss. So you get to fall in love with these guys, with us in a different way.
Yeah.
I was nervous when we first met. So, remember when we first met at?
Yeah.
It was at Magna Carta. That's the story, Elliot.
What's the story?
Remember we first met? It was at the Magna Carta Holy Grail. Listen, I didn't know what Timbaland I was gonna get.
Okay.
So Beyonce, him, and I forget who else was sitting on this couch. So we're all kind of huddled around enjoying the festivities.
A lot of Douce.
I'm somewhere near drunk.
Yeah, right. Drunk level 1 instead of 5.
And $2 bills is throwing bills in the air.
Steve.
And I spilled a drink on Tim. And Tim is wearing like
drink on Tim?
I spilled like some Douce. Tim is wearing like
white
Jesus garments. Like the linens is he's looking amazing. I'm like, oh shit! I just spilled the drink on Timbaland. And he's just like, oh, don't worry about it.
What'd you do, Tim?
Nothing.
He was like, don't worry about it.
It's life.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then we just had like different encounters over the years, like dreams listening.
It won't nothing bad. I just look at it like it's life. You know what I'm saying? Once you get it just, hey man, we human.
And then I made it in America. I was getting something and I think I spilled another drink. I'm spilling drinks.
Bumping into Timbaland?
He's like, the writer. I'm like, sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
Good times.
Great time.
More great times coming. Before we go, one final quote I saw you wrote too, because we want how to make it in the game. I can motivate you, but you have to bring the determination.
Yeah, it's like, that's why I like the new people, man. They always challenging me. They'll rap to any beat, and I can say, no, we're going to skip that one. And they make me say, oh, no, that's hard. And I'm like, you think so? And so those, like, the exciting moments, they make, my kids, I call them my kids, they make me feel fun again, make me enjoy music again, not be so judgmental. Just do it. If it ain't work, it just don't work. Try again.
So the best is yet to come, man. Go check Tim out, man. Get that book.
I'm on it.
The Emperor of Sound.
Yeah, that book is where it's
Catch you on the road. King stays king.
Yeah, man.
Explain that title. Why do you want to stay with the King stays king?
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you, man. My whole crew picked it. Like all my, from from Danny, from my mixtape. Like we tight, and it's like. They all like, tell me you the king, man. Like you won't just because you don't do nothing. I don't mean that you ain't king. So king stay king. That's it, baby. And I'm like, you sure? So I let my kids and all my my team around me. That's what I'm saying. I'm letting people see how they vision me and pick titles how they will see me. I'm what's that word? Relinquishing titles, duties, duties like to my peers.
Right. Delegating.
Yeah, delegating. Let them delegate me. And I'm just saying, okay, all right, so what? It ain't gonna hurt. If I fall, I get back up.
Right.
I'm wiser now, I'm smarter, so I'm cool. I could brush it off. So I'm cool to listen to Tweezy and Blaze. Yo, you should do that. Go here. Nah. Grab her booty. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And then they, teach me new slang. Like how our new slang is like we on the scale.
Yeah.
We live on the scale. We live on the scale.
Yeah.
Scale is. I'll let him explain it.
What's the scale?
It's just a way of lifestyle, man. If you really kicking it, you know what I'm saying? The way you live, full flavor and full effect.
There you
You
go.
live on the scale.
So that Rap Radar podcast is on the scale, man.
There you go.
Thank you.
See, y'all
Timbo.
gonna be taking it. Look, you're not like, wait a minute. I like that.
I'm running with it.
Run with that in the tweets.
Yeah, I
Thank
tell
you,
you,
Timbo.
brother, the youth got it, baby.
Yes,
Thank you, Timbo. Timbo,
Hey,
the
man,
king.
thank y'all. Thank you, Elliot. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. Rap Radar podcast.
Don't spill drinks on me.
Try not to.
Rap Radar podcast.
Yeah.